Hello, hello, hello. It's Flaybuster here again, and I'm back with another guide. I'm currently in top 300, fighting to get into top 250. And in like the last day, I've noticed that pretty much all the Celestials have turned into heavy Argent play, and specifically like Argent rushes, which can be a bit tough to hold us on Infernal. So I figured I'd make a new guide on how to hold it, and this one isn't like an easy guide. It's just like conceptually how you can hold it. I'm not sure if there's many other ways, so let's get to it. This is some broken ground, but on most maps it plays pretty much the same. Maybe on Isle of Dread it's a bit harder. So you can kind of ignore this part of it. I'm doing a bit of a weird opening just for fun because it's a more interesting start, but basically I'm just going Shrine first, so you can ignore everything that I'm doing here and just go Shrine first, and the timings will be basically the same. Now this guy, my opponent, scanned my main base, which doesn't usually happen, and it made me kind of suspicious that he's going to do something weird, but of course there's so many options what that could be, so it doesn't mean much yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna take out this health camp fast. Basically, this ends up almost exactly the same as just going Shrine first, with the exception that I'll have the health camp open earlier. But overall, it doesn't really matter for this matchup. And this guy is coming for a proxy. I'm not sure about his flight path, though it's a bit weird. Maybe he made some mistake. Or maybe he thought I'm doing some proxy. Yeah, that might actually be... Oh yeah, he maybe expected I'll build tower here because he saw me moving out with the imps. But that's not what I'm actually doing, and he'll find that out very quickly. Because he's going to scan this space as well. Or maybe he already did it and I just missed it. Either way, I remember he scanned here. Probably after I took the health camp. So now he's coming here for a proxy. Yeah, I just took my Shrine first, then Iron Vault. Iron Vault coming here. So Shrine first, Iron Vault, keep making imps. That's pretty much it. And like this situation is pretty bad. He's making a proxy like right next to me. Of course, I have no units, no production yet. At this point, I'm just making Luminite. When I put down my first conclave, I'll start mining a bit of thorium. I keep forgetting which one it is. Anyway, yeah. As you can see, he already has some units coming. I still have nothing. And I'll get a Rude Awakening very shortly. Thinking of taking this speed camp, but that's not gonna happen. I don't want to let him take the health camp, so I engage there right before he manages to take it over, even though I have like no units. So basically, when you realize that he's rushing you with Argents, that's kind of a weird bug. Like you can't, it doesn't change the selection while you're paused. Anyway, you basically know that you will need to do one thing, like your whole objective is to get tier 2 and or the Gaunt upgrade to make them spawn fiends like Infest. And it's gonna be rough, like I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be rough. But you have to keep fighting the Argents because you don't want them to get to a critical mass. So even though you may be trading a bit badly, you do have an expansion if it started like this. So if you keep making imps, because you don't have that much production yet, so you have to use your money on something, keep making imps, your income will get better, start mining some thorium. So yeah, at this point I'm just, like, Hexen is actually like the MVP for this hold. You do need to keep using his infestation ability to kill some of these. And meanwhile, I'm starting last Roadstone while these guys are just playing time. If I get that up, then I'll be able to defend the health camp. If he can take the health camp, it's over. Like, there's nothing you can do at that point. So yeah, I'm just making any units I can and sending them over to fight to play for time, basically. While my first conclave is on the way. I'm starting to mine Therium. Like, of course, mining Masterium at start doesn't make any sense because you have no way to use it yet. I'm down to like 2 Fiends and I think I even lost my Hexen. Did I? I guess I did. Well, it did a good job in buying me time. And yeah, basically, yeah, that's all you do. You're playing time while you're getting more resources. You'll need to get the tier 2 upgrade. Shroudstone is, well, it depends on your situation. In this case, like, the enemy is coming from very close by, you definitely need it. Especially because you need to protect the health tower, but if there is no health tower right next to you, then maybe you won't need to. This Iron Vault was kind of a mistake. I should have made conclave instead. Like, you want a second conclave because gaunts is what you actually need to beat this. Just buying time. At this point I have enough Therium. Optimally, if I wasn't so busy here, I would start the upgrade immediately. I'm trading. It's not very efficient, but I'm keeping him from getting to like a critical mass of units. And of course I'm using the health camp myself to keep these units alive. So the control of it is like absolutely essential for this. Made a second Shroudstone as well. Like, your resources are very limited, so there's a limit on what you can do, but there we go, finally starting on the Greater Shrine. The Greater Shrine is important for winning the game and defensively, because as soon as it finishes, you'll be able to make the Super Shroudstone, which you can definitely use to defend the push if they're like pushing into your base. But apart from that, you'll also need the second Gaunt upgrade, which requires tier 2 to actually win the game. The pathing here was so weird, like, I was trying to get these brutes to move here and they just wouldn't. His meat farm is also valiantly giving me some more time, keeping these guys busy. Now I also got my first Hellborn with tier 2. Oh yeah, that's the second thing you need the tier 2 for. Like, Hellborn is like super good for actually starting to push back the enemy before you get your speed guns. Because the normal guns are just so slow that they won't really be able to kill the enemy army, even if they can kind of push it back. And then I'm starting on my Ritual Chamber for the Gaunt upgrades. Again, that's also a bit late, but hey, I'm kind of busy here. At this point, I mean, as soon as I have the Hellborn and I can keep it alive, well, okay. Yep, he actually left when he noticed that I'm breaking the position. I didn't remember that it was a bit earlier than I expected. But yeah, that's basically the play. You're going to be trading back and forth with Argents until you get either enough Hellborn or the Gaunt upgrades. I can actually show you a different game right away. That it's like more normal. They don't rush here. So if you want even more detail on a different situation, you can keep watching. Otherwise, that was basically the hold. Like, just get your priorities straight. Gaunts with upgrade and Hellborn and extra, I mean the Super Shroud Stone are how you hold the push itself. But if the guy doesn't leave at that point, then of course you also need to win against his continued mass Argent production. So I'll just increase the speed here a little bit because it's a longer game. And nothing that special happens at the start. But he's basically going for the same opening, except not proxying it, just mass Argent, which I'm basically seeing all of them do like today. And I'm doing the same opening, so just Shrine first. Again, you don't need to really worry about this thing. I haven't like lapped it out to see if it's actually even better than going Shrine first, but it's more fun at least. So I sent my first fiends to scout a little, see where the enemies is, what they are up to. And otherwise I'm doing the same Shrine Iron Vault opening. So I see that he already has had his number of Argents, so I know exactly what I'm dealing with. Unfortunately lost a fiend there, it happens. So yeah, Conclave, probably a second Conclave, yes. This time I didn't make 2 Iron Vaults by accident. And then I want to be active on the map if it's possible. Like in this case it is. I like making meat farms at random locations so I can take those camps easier in the early game. And also helps protect them against stealing. So yeah, I have my priorities straight, just starting on the Gaunt production and also aiming for the Greater Shrine and eventually the Gaunt upgrades. Trying to get as many camps as possible. My Hawks are putting some work here as well, and also keeping this guy busy while I'm converging on his position from two sides, so I get a decent engagement here. Can push him back a little. Like, of course I won't be able to win because I have no upgrades yet, but that was good to get him off the map a little. And I killed a few of these Argents, I think. Now I have my Ritual Chamber on the way. And I assume soon I should be starting Greater Shrine, when I can afford it. And taking all the possible camps meanwhile. I have my upgrade on the way, that's the important thing. Like, the Infest upgrade is actually how you defeat the army itself. And you'll see that actually very shortly because he's pushing into me. And this upgrade isn't ready yet. I got my Greater Shrine on the way as well. So it's not ready yet, but it's going to be ready soon. I probably thought I already had it finished because it's been researching for a while. Oh, it did actually finish, okay. So yeah, now you will see how the engagement goes. Of course the Hexen is always good with the extra skulls. But yeah, these fiend production from the Infest is really how you kill this army. Other than that, without it they can trade pretty well against your Gaunts, I mean very well actually. But the extra fiends will turn the tide. Probably wasn't a good idea to fight here, but I figured I have enough and threw in Infestation there as well. So yeah, at this point you just keep making fiends and gaunts and try to surround some enemies if possible with the fiends. When you get the second upgrade, there's no way, there's like nothing the enemy can do anymore. But even without that, I would already be pretty much winning at this point. Got one Hellborn on the way too. If you look at the supply, it's already looking pretty good for me. Of course, it's not quite even because they don't have worker supply, but still. So yeah, this is basically how you can beat Argent Celestial players. Hope it was useful, and if I come up or come against something interesting again, I'll make another guide. Until then, peace out.